Welcome, everyone. Today we are looking at a very important topic, books of original entry. Books, this is also known as books of prime entry or subsidiary books. This is where all transactions are first recorded before they are posted to the ledger. This topic is guaranteed to appear in your examinations. You must understand each book and how to use them. Pay close attention. Let us begin. First, let me explain what books of original entry are. Books of original entry are the books where transactions are first recorded. They are also called books of prime entry. They are the first place where a transaction is entered into the accounting system. They provide a chronological record of transactions. They are not part of the double entry system. They are memorandum records. They are used to record the details of transactions. They are then summarized and posted to the ledger. There are several books of original entry. They include the Sales Day Book, the Purchases Day Book, the Sales Returns Day Book, the Purchases Returns Day Book, the Cash Book, and the General Journal. Understanding books of original entry is essential for understanding the accounting process. This is a key concept. Now, let me explain the importance of books of original entry. Books of original entry are important for several reasons. First, they provide a chronological record. They show when each transaction occurred. Second, they provide a detailed record. They capture all the details of each transaction. Third, they help to prevent errors. They allow for checking and verification. Fourth, they help to prevent fraud. They create a clear audit trail. Fifth, they simplify the posting process. They allow for summarization before posting. Sixth, they help to organize transactions. They group similar transactions together. Understanding the importance of books of original entry is essential for understanding the accounting process. This is a key concept. Now let me explain the Sales Day Book. The Sales Day Book is used to record credit sales. It records sales made on credit. Cash sales are not recorded in this book. Cash sales are recorded in the Cash Book. The Sales Day Book has columns for the date, the customer's name, the invoice number, and the amount. Each credit sale is recorded in this book. At the end of the period, the total of the Sales Day Book is posted to the credit side of the sales account in the ledger. The individual amounts are posted to the debit side of each customer's account. This is the personal ledger. The Sales Day Book is also called the Sales Journal. Understanding the Sales Day Book is essential for recording credit sales. This is frequently tested. Now let me explain the Purchases Day Book. The Purchases Day Book is used to record credit purchases. It records purchases made on credit. Cash purchases are not recorded in this book. Cash purchases are recorded in the Cash Book. The Purchases Day Book has columns for the date, the supplier's name, the invoice number, and the amount. Each credit purchase is recorded in this book. At the end of the period, the total of the Purchases Day Book is posted to the debit side of the purchases account in the ledger. The individual amounts are posted to the credit side of each supplier's account. This is the personal ledger. The Purchases Day Book is also called the Purchases Journal. Understanding the Purchases Day Book is essential for recording credit purchases. This is frequently tested. Now let me explain the Sales Returns Day Book. The Sales Returns Day Book is used to record goods returned by customers. It records sales returns. When a customer returns goods, the business issues a credit note. The credit note is recorded in this book. The Sales Returns Day Book has columns for the date, the customer's name, the credit note number, and the amount. At the end of the period, the total of the Sales Returns Day Book is posted to the debit side of the sales returns account in the ledger. The individual amounts are posted to the credit side of each customer's account. The Sales Returns Day Book is also called the Returns Inwards Book. Understanding the Sales Returns Day Book is essential for recording returns. This is frequently tested. Now let me explain the Purchases Returns Day Book. The Purchases Returns Day Book is used to record goods returned to suppliers. It records purchases returns. When a business returns goods to a supplier, the supplier issues a credit note. The credit note is recorded in this book. The Purchases Returns Day Book has columns for the date, the supplier's name, the credit note number, and the amount. At the end of the period, the total of the purchases returns day book is posted to the credit side of the purchases returns account in the ledger. The individual amounts are posted to the debit side of each supplier's account. The purchases returns day book is also called the returns outwards book. Understanding the purchases returns day book is essential for recording returns. This is frequently tested. Now let me explain the cash book. The cash book is a book of original entry. It records all cash and bank transactions. It is both a book of original entry and a ledger account. This is because it records cash transactions, and the cash account is part of the ledger. The cash book has two sides. B. The debit side records cash and bank receipts. The credit side records cash and bank payments. There are several types of cash books. The single-column cash book records only cash. The two-column cash book records cash and bank. The three-column cash book records cash, bank, and discount. The cash book is very important for managing cash flow. Understanding the cash book is essential for recording cash transactions. This is a key concept. Now, let me explain the general journal. The general journal is a book of original entry. It is used to record transactions that are not recorded in any other book. These are called journal entries. The general journal is used to record opening entries, closing entries, adjusting entries, and correction of errors. It is also used to record transactions like the purchase of fixed assets on credit and the sale of fixed assets on credit. The general journal has columns for the date, the particulars, the ledger folio, the debit amount, and the credit amount. The general journal is used less frequently than the other books. It is used for non-routine transactions. Understanding the general journal is essential for recording non-routine transactions. This is a key concept. Now let me explain the format of the general journal. The general journal has a specific format. The first column is the date column. It records the date of the transaction. The second column is the particulars column. It records the accounts to be debited and credited. The accounts to be debited are written first. The accounts to be credited are written indented. The third column is the ledger folio column. It records the page number of the ledger account. The fourth column is the debit column. It records the amount to be debited. The fifth column is the credit column. It records the amount to be credited. At the bottom of the entry, a narration is written. The narration explains the transaction. Understanding the format of the general journal is essential for recording journal entries. This is a practical skill. Now, let me explain the advantages of books of original entry. Books of original entry have many advantages. The first advantage is time saving. They allow for summarization. This saves time when posting to the ledger. The second advantage is error reduction. They help to prevent errors. The third advantage is fraud prevention. They create an audit trail. The fourth advantage is organization. They organize transactions. The fifth advantage is information. They provide detailed information. The sixth advantage is simplicity. They make the accounting process simpler. Understanding the advantages of books of original entry is essential for understanding why they are used. This is frequently tested. Now let me explain the disadvantages of books of original entry. Books of original entry also have some disadvantages. The first disadvantage is duplication. They duplicate information. The information is recorded in the books and then in the ledger. The second disadvantage is cost. They require more time and effort. This increases the cost of accounting. The third disadvantage is complexity. They can be complex to understand. The fourth disadvantage is errors. Errors can still occur in the books. The fifth disadvantage is space. They require space for storage. Understanding the disadvantages of books of original entry is essential for a balanced view. This is a key concept. Now, let me explain the relationship between books of original entry and the ledger. The books of original entry are the first stage of the accounting process. The ledger is the second stage. Transactions are first recorded in the books of original entry. They are then summarized. The summarized totals are posted to the ledger. The individual amounts are also posted to the personal accounts in the ledger. The books of original entry are memorandum records. They are not part of the double entry system. The ledger is part of the double entry system. The books provide the information for the ledger. Understanding this relationship is essential for understanding the accounting process. This is a key concept. Now let me give you sample exam questions to prepare you for your test. What are books of original entry? Books of original entry are books where transactions are first recorded. List the books of original entry. Sales Day Book, Purchases Day Book, Sales Returns Day Book, Purchases Returns Day Book, Cash Book, and General Journal. What is the Sales Day Book used for? The Sales Day Book is used to record credit sales. What is the Purchases Day Book used for? The Purchases Day Book is used to record credit purchases. What is the Cash Book used for? The Cash Book is used to record cash and bank transactions. What is the General Journal used for? The General Journal is used to record transactions not recorded in other books. State the advantages of books of original entry: time saving, error reduction, fraud prevention, organization, information, and simplicity. Let me summarize everything we have covered today. Books of original entry are the first place where transactions are recorded. They are also called books of prime entry. The Sales Day Book records credit sales. The Purchases Day Book records credit purchases. The Sales Returns Day Book records goods returned by customers. The Purchases Returns Day Book records goods returned to suppliers. The Cash Book records cash and bank transactions. The General Journal records non-routine transactions. Books of original entry have many advantages. They save time, reduce errors, and prevent fraud. They are memorandum records. They are not part of the double entry system. They provide information for the ledger. Understanding books of original entry is essential for accounting. This is a key topic in SS1 accounting. Study it well. It is guaranteed to appear in your examinations. Well done.